Can somebody grab me a beer?
That's great.
That's how we started.
We got you
That's
covered.
how we started.
That's
That's
good.
how
Are we live now?
Put them cold love stars, please.
Are they live now?
It's cold.
Okay, this is lovely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's so much fun. Yes, we're doing this.
Right on.
You're right. These
This is
fresh.
this is all
I
the
got
fun
these.
Patriot
Too good
stuff
for the
that
Miller
you
Lite
should be
today.
paying for.
Thank you. So,
Okay.
what podcast are we on today?
Wow, can you guys
Music After Dark.
You guys, can I do my thing? Thank you. Love it because we're now live on Facebook too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey people, this is Ashley with Music After Dark HTX. And if you look around, you notice we're in a new space. Love that I can travel with this podcast. We're actually at, hey Hefe, what's the name of this fucking studio?
Texas Music Studios, the center of the universe.
Loud and live since 1985.
That's
Love
right.
it. Love it. So we are at a new place, and this is my friends, Rowdy.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to go
Let's get
around
rowdy.
in case you don't know them and do names and positions in the band. So, my friend, who are you and what do you do?
I am Captain Seabass. I play drums in the band. A lot of people know me as Trey, but you know,
I know.
I
Mr.
like
you
I
do?
like Captain Seabass a lot better.
The social medias and the
Yes.
1,000 other things.
I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff for Rowdy.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Next to you.
ma'am.
I go by Dirt. I drink beer and I play guitar.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And on the end, the very loud one. What do you do?
Hi, I'm F.A. I do cool shit. I holler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Kind of stuff, you know.
And this is the band Rowdy, and we are missing someone, sadly, Mr.
Geronimo, a.k.a. Smooth. That's right.
What is it? Smooth? Really?
Smooth.
That's what he says after every sip of whiskey ever.
Yep.
So it's
I
like,
know
that's
him
your
as my
nickname, dog.
electrician. I think I got the second Rowdy sticker, by the way, before you guys ever did a show. Background story. Geronimo came and updated the electricity at my house. And then the next day,
Oh, yeah,
Master
that was your
electrician.
house he
I'm
was talking
checking
about.
it, and it's like got a Rowdy sticker. Huge as fuck on my breaker box now. And I'm like, oh, is this the new band you were telling me about, motherfucker, that you wouldn't tell me about? And now I have a sticker. High five. And you guys put them in toilets, and that's a whole weird thing that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
it's a good place for advertising.
So basically, Geronimo's doing the man thing. He had to finish up a job. So
because you guys have day jobs and shit and
Yeah,
lives,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about
He
the
said
band.
he wouldn't leave the job until
It was done.
Yeah.
You need
And
an
that's why he's not
electrician. You need an electrician. Holler at my boy Geronimo on the
Absolutely.
cool.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Master
get at
electrician.
him. Seriously. So let's talk about Rowdy real quick. How long have you guys been together? Because you guys are not the typical screaming loud. I can read y'all's logo. Hey, that's a thing we're not going to talk about on this episode because it's live. But where'd we get the name from? How long have you guys been together in this band?
Take it, Trey.
So, Rowdy was something I had in my head for a little while.
Yeah.
I had really gotten it from the graffiti artist Rowdy in Houston. I'm sure you've seen his stuff.
Really? Is that really where the name came from?
Well, really, we're kind of. So, I had thought about it, and I was like, what if there was a band also called Rowdy, and this guy had just done all this
Cross marketing.
awesome free marketing
Okay.
for us.
Okay.
And then I looked it up, and not one single band I could find was called Rowdy.
Rowdy.
Now,
And,
Rowdy Heathens or
yeah.
Rowdy this or this Rowdy. Or
Right.
blah, blah,
So
Isn't there a
blah,
there
blah.
were bands with
too?
Rowdy in
Is
the
there a bar?
name, but
Rowdies?
nobody had just taken the name Rowdy. I guess it's almost as if everybody thought, oh well, that's taken, and it.
Same. Best way
I
to
still
find a
haven't
business
found it.
name,
If anybody
search
can think
in
of a
Facebook
band
and
named
Instagram.
Rowdy other than us, I'd love to hear about it. But
So it was just that you
got lucky,
got lucky.
and so I knew the first person I needed to contact to do this idea
Mm-hmm.
was Hefe.
Fucking A.
I've known Hefe a long time, and
Are you a Houstonian? Are you from Houston?
I'm from.
Are you
Houston.
guys all
I'm from Pasadena, really.
What do y'all say? Dirty down Pasadena was.
No.
Pass a get down, Dean.
Yeah.
So do you got? You're all from Houston, right? Or Pasadena?
At some point.
So, at
The
least,
state of Texas, at least. Yes,
for,
we're all from Texas.
At least
Okay.
at some point, for a long period of time, we've all lived in Pasadena.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys like? What you're just friends hanging out and we're like, let's start a band,
Well,
or
I
were
knew-
you
I
guys
knew-
in other
That's a Hefe story.
projects? Like, how did Rowdy actually develop?
Yeah, I
Is
was
Rowdy.
I was in a band, Pinche Gringos, Pinche
Watch
Gringos
it.
Forever Homes, and a long time ago, late 1900s and early 2000s, and anyway, so I knew Trey's
You
dad,
on TikTok, dude. I'm so old. I know
and
that shit.
and so me and Trey's dad were friends, and I rehearsed at Tex Music Studios on the South Side, R.I.P. OG, and so did his dad, and so I got to know him, and they would come to our shows, and I would go to their shows, and then that's when I met Trey. Trey was about 16 or so, coming to Pinche Gringo shows with his high school buddies.
And where did you have those shows at?
I mean, geez,
Because I heard another story on the side. What was that place called? I think I heard a story about
I
you
mean-
getting thrown out of places.
Fitzgerald's. Oh,
No?
I don't know. I mean, Fitzgerald's was that downstairs stage, aka
once or
Old
twice.
Zelda's, was my
but not regularly.
was my home stage. But I played upstairs and down. But I mean, I don't know, Warehouse Live, Meridian, Jet Lounge, Engine Room. I mean, you know, all kinds of places around here. And then we even did some touring, just weekend stuff. But Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Lawton, Oklahoma, Harlingen, Brownsville, Victoria, Corpus, Beaumont. I mean, we San Antonio. Like I said, we hit it all, and so I don't know. Like I said, I didn't realize this until just a couple of years ago, but that Trey and his high school buddies were real fans of,
Oh, yeah.
of my band,
Big time.
and I guess the way he tells me is like they would show up at school on Monday, and be like, man, what y'all do this weekend? Dude, like we went to go see Pinche Gringos, dude. It was badass.
He just aged himself so hard. So you were a
Yeah,
fan in his
yeah.
other band.
Yeah, well, there's an age gap, but who cares?
He was a kid. I was a grown ass man.
I mean, I was a teenager. I was a kid.
But
And,
how did you guys get together? He just hit you up and was like, I want to
No,
start
no,
another
like
band?
like he said, he knew my dad, and well, I booked this show a long time ago. You want to tell that one?
Were
Go
you
for
in
it. That's
another
your
band?
deal.
So we
Land
we
of the
lived-
Slaughter was his band.
Yeah, I played in a band
Okay.
called Lamb Slaughter a long time ago, and
When he was in high school.
I was promoting this band or this show. I was putting together this show in Pasadena, and it was called the Pasadena Metal Fest. And I wanted to get the best bands in Pasadena to play one gig, and so I did that. And I knew Hefe had come from Pasadena just from knowing him, and he was friends with my dad, like I said. So, so I put Pinche Gringos on that gig. Well, I reached out.
You talked to your-
yeah, you tell that one.
So he was talking to his dad. He's like, Dad, I want to get Pinche Gringos on this show, and he's like, well, reach out to him.
yeah.
He's like,
Dad
what?
gave me
Like,
the,
can I
the
do
humbling
that?
thing. He was like, "Well, you want to do it?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, then, do it." I was like, "Oh, that's cool advice." So I just like MySpace messaged Hefe.
Really?
Long
You were
time ago.
doing-
Yeah.
Yeah.
MySpace messaged Hefe and just was like, "Hey, will y'all play this gig? Here's the details." And they did
All
it.
the young people watching this are
Um,
like, wow, they're old as shit because we just said MySpace.
I
and
don't even know what that is.
Yeah, right. So that was my first interaction with not just being a fan of Hefe's, but also, like knowing Hefe.
So it was at a teen club called the Pit in Pasadena, downtown over by Shaw.
BYOB.
I love that.
And so it's all these teenagers, and I roll up with my Hefe cooler that I still have to this day, with a case of beer and a bottle of booze, and said, "Let's get this thing on," and had a great time. And it was a wee tray
Years
back
later.
then, and then bromance started.
Yeah, and we've just been friends since I was 16 years old. I mean, at the very least, we knew who each other were. We liked each other's Facebook post or MySpace post or whatever. At the very least, for that long. And then we always knew, we'd talk, comments, and stuff over the course of a lot of years. I was like, I want to do a band with Hefe one day, but it's got to be the right one. I can't just throw some.
What would
crap
you
out
say
of
your
it.
guys' sound is?
Well, hold on. I still got some more prequel stuff. Because then Billy, when I was running the South Side, he rented a room from me that I still don't have those memories in my memory bank.
You should.
But him and his dad, and he was like, "You should. I was the guy that gave you the money."
It was an elaborate scheme that I've pulled in about 30 people to just follow along, just say that I
Yeah,
did that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
all fake.
So apparently, I've known Billy for quite some time as well.
About 20 years.
Yeah, but that's all.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was a much smaller gentleman.
Still the same guy.
Well, yeah, the same guy, but you looked way different.
Okay.
Okay.
And so then we I don't know, me and Trey started hanging out a little bit more a few years ago, and then he kind of gets the gumption up one day and was like, "Dude, I want to start a band with you." And I was like, "Okay, well,
Yep.
it's
It's
going
like
to be the most."
barbecuing on a Sunday, and he's like,
No,
let's start a band.
It's
like,
perfect because he said, I already had the Rowdy thing in my head, as I explained earlier. And when I asked Hefe if he wanted to do a band, his response was,
Well, yeah, it needs to be the most Pasadena white trash, kicking ass, redneck and metals thing you've ever freaking rock and rollest
Someone
thing you
please
ever
pull
heard
up
of.
the Facebook page
And-
because I'm trying to quote it. You didn't invent the 4x4. You're just
oh, Hefe,
trying
that's
to
a
reinvent
Hefe
it
quote,
or
by
some
the way.
shit. The quote on Facebook.
It
a Hefe
actually,
quote, by the way.
it's not. You thought I
That's a
said
Hefe
it,
quote, by the way.
but you thought I said it. I'm like, that seems like
Trying to
something Hefe would
reinvent
say.
No,
it.
so that quote is, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just putting 4x4 tires on it.
Yeah,
That's a Hefe quote, by the way.
right.
That
And then
rednecks in paid with rednecks with paychecks. Spring break, please sponsor this motherfucking podcast because Rowdy could
that's what I'm
do a
saying.
whole performance there. We need to get
Well-
you guys doing that.
Well, and to the point of the phrase, we're aware that we're not doing anything necessarily. I mean, we have our own spin on everything,
sure.
but we're aware that we're a rock band. That's what we are, and we're
are.
not trying to.
Billy
say,
plays the riffs.
Yeah, and we're not trying to say anything different
Or
than
writes
that.
the riffs.
We're a rock band.
Writes the
However,
riffs.
we do want to put some Pasadena twang on it and do it our own way.
You are a rock band.
I think so.
I
And-
would say you were your look countryfies you, or
Well,
and
from
I hate
Texas.
to use the term redneck, right? Because I think that maybe insults certain people, and I'm from Lampasas,
Hey, don't
Texas,
insult me.
right?
Don't insult me.
Term of endearment.
There you go.
But when I like people like, wait, who's Rowdy? I'm like,
Zach.
well, you guys have a very distinct show. And this is usually a question that I ask when we're talking about venues closing and people not coming out to shows. Because I have seen some cool ass, like 5 killer ass bands on a lineup and like 20 people in a fucking venue all night long. And I don't understand it. So one of the questions I usually ask is like, is it entertaining, right? Should local bands put on a show and be entertaining and not just be standing there being very fucking boring? And how are we going to get people into venues? You guys, for real, put on a whole ass fucking show.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go all off and do your whole ass own fucking little
Goddamn right.
Hell yeah.
solo by your goddamn self sometimes. You
You don't
guys do
enjoy it.
really put on a show.
Well, thank you.
But you do have a very different look.
Shout out Kenny Brown. Sorry.
You guys do give off that very probably vote for Trump, drive pickup trucks.
I mean, that's the
Did
politics.
y'all do that on purpose? Like, did you do it to be
Well,
different?
all 4 of
or
us in the
is-
band do have pickup
Is
trucks,
that
by the
just
way.
like y'all's own? You are country and like respect the, you know what I mean? Like, is it all for show?
No
or-
politics. We just come from
Exactly.
where we
Is this
come
how
from.
you
That's
guys
what I was
are?
gonna say. This
We-
band has
okay.
got nothing.
Yeah.
We are not affiliated with any.
No politics.
No politics.
We don't do no
whatsoever.
politics. None. Not
Yeah,
a, not a
that's
scrap
a
of
personal
it.
thing that people could have their own opinion on.
Yeah. We have no disrespect for somebody that may see something different than each individual member, but no politics in Rowdy. We don't do that. We don't do that 1%.
You just love America.
We come
and
from
love
where
rock and
we
roll.
come from where we come from, and we like what we like, and we
and we
try,
like where we come from.
and we like where we come from, and we try to put out, what we think we like enough
You know,
that
nice,
other
slow,
people might
dancing
like.
music.
Who
You know what I
comes
mean?
up with the music? Because you're the drummer,
I am the drummer.
you're the guitarist. We're missing.
Well,
the
can
bass.
we back up, because he wasn't always the drummer.
I wasn't always the drummer.
He wanted to do something different. He was like, I'm going to play bass in Rowdy. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, I have the guitar player
happened?
for this band.
What
And I
happened?
was like, Okay, well, you're picking the guys because I've ran through all of my folks that I know, and I've played with feels like everybody in Houston once or twice or three times a lady, and and then so Billy shows up and Trey's playing bass, and it's kind of going along, and
You want to see Hefe not drink as much whiskey as Old Dirt? It was that night.
It was that night.
ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
he came in to impress.
So y'all had tried. Wait, so let's back it up a little further. So
Okay.
you had the idea to start a band, and what you reached out to Hefe, and then you had to try out. And
No,
then
no,
how
no,
did we find
no.
Geronimo?
There was no try.
No, I brought Billy in.
Oh no,
No, I
Billy
brought
was
Billy
the
in.
guy.
Billy was
I
a
wanna
part of the
high-five you
idea.
off camera. It's so hard.
Billy was a part of the original idea. Like,
Love it.
when I say
I was
like I
always-
hit
He's
Hefe
like-
up, I already had Billy in my head.
Well, because
Like,
Trey
bitch,
and Billy
if you
have known
met
each other
me.
since they were teenagers
Yeah.
as well.
So I've known Billy my whole life.
Okay, whole life.
Well, maybe not whole life, but
If we
most
scroll
of
this
it.
back a little bit before the whole Rowdy idea, we were in a band that we won't talk about.
Why
But,
are we not allowed to talk? I can
Because
bleep
I
it
don't
out.
like it. It's dumb.
Old.
Anyways, so
But he was in the band because he wanted to play with his bud.
Anyway, during that, he was like, "Man, we should start like a red dirt metal band." You know what I mean? I was like, "Just say the fucking word, dude."
Is that
Yeah.
actually no? That's the first time I've ever actually heard you guys say it like that. A red dirt metal band.
Oh well, we can't.
That was just a phrase that
That-
him and I used to call
No,
the
no.
riffs that became
Hold on.
Rowdy tunes.
But that
Hold on.
actually.
that's a phrase coined by
fits.
Texas Hippie Coalition.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
am I
go.
not allowed to say that? Am I about to have to
No,
edit
that's
all this
fine.
out?
No.
Red
no,
dirt
no.
metal is just it's just like a genre. But I'm just saying, we didn't coin that phrase.
Because
That's
no,
from
that
Texas
fits
Hippie.
more. Like
I
if
didn't
you know
know that. I
country
just
music
understood
and
the
like
vibe.
red dirt and like that whole that. I'm
It's
gonna
all
have to
good.
edit a bunch of this out. That just actually is a better description, I think, for y'all's music, and I've never heard any
Red
of you
dirt
guys
metal?
say that.
I like it.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
and-
if
and
that's
we
if
played-
that's what people want
Can
to
we
call
really
it,
not
then
say
they can
that?
call it that.
yeah, I don't care what you call it. Just come to the show.
Yeah. I don't care what you call
Buy
it.
the merchandise.
You know
buy
what we
the,
call
buy
it?
the
You know what we call
albums.
What do you call it?
Our
Love.
best. Our best. That's what we call it.
So,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It was a few weeks, I guess, and Trey's slowly coming along on the bass,
Yep.
and him and his beautiful old lady are at Scout Bar, having a cigarette outside,
Shout out to
and
Scout Bar.
and out walks Geronimo, which here's another weird thing. So Trey's wife, her best friend is Geronimo's daughter. So we are a
Six
They're
degrees
weird.
of Kevin
we,
Bacon.
we,
happening
we
right
are a
now.
multi-generational band for sure.
Yeah.
And as Geronimo walks out to come partake in a cigarette as well, Trey realizes, shit, I'm not the bass player in Rowdy anymore.
Nope.
That guy is.
Yep.
And then what'd you tell him?
I just said I walked up to him and I said, "Hey man, welcome to Rowdy. You're gonna play in the band."
And he goes, well, who's in it?
And yeah, he goes, "Well, okay, but who's in it?" And I was like, "Oh, Hefe and Billy." He goes, "Hefe?" He's like, "I've been trying to be in a band with Hefe for like a decade."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, well, it's your lucky day."
Yeah.
Because
So,
I got you.
so then we set up the first rehearsal with Geronimo. Trey brought his drums. And well, I think they might have been here already. I think that way in case we had them. But anyway, so he kept telling Geronimo, was like, don't bring anything.
Yeah, I was like,
I
"Don't worry."
have everything there that you need. Just show up. Well, he showed up. I think he brought his pedals,
pedal
maybe.
board. He brought his pedal
brought his
board
pedal
and
board.
some
And-
power. He brought some power.
Yeah, and then
he
wound
He
wound up
came.
wound up blowing his bass rig.
Yeah, I had been jamming on it, and you know,
So what happens? You get power behind it, man.
the
Yeah.
day Geronimo stood in this room and played
For the
with,
first
with
time.
Rowdy, blew the whole rig.
Yeah. He's like, I'll bring my stuff
He's
next
like,
time.
I got more stuff. I'll bring it.
Welcome to the band.
Yeah, you're in.
Welcome to the band now, bro.
Essentially, every core member of this band never had to audition or try to just kind of
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah,
Right.
it just happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes back to you guys have a very distinct sound and a
Oh,
very
nice.
distinct look that's
Nice.
not like everybody else. I would say that's marketable though, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
trying.
how many shows has Rowdy the band done so far?
Yes.
How many?
Yes.
How many
Yes.
have you guys done?
I have no idea. It's
Yes.
just yes.
Do y'all say
Honestly,
9?
I feel like
How do I know that and you guys don't know
Was it
that?
9?
I would say
I feel like too
8 or
many, to
9.
be honest.
How many?
So why
Let's say 8 or
can't we
9.
answer well, if you've ever hung out with us between gigs, or after gigs, you'll understand why we say yes, and we don't exactly know the number to that answer.
We are in full sin mode.
So
Fuck-
you
fuck
guys have
yesterday.
played everywhere in Houston. Is there anywhere in Houston you guys haven't played?
Sorry. Huh?
Is there anywhere in Houston Rowdy hasn't played?
Oh,
I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
yes, but is there
Absolutely.
anywhere in Houston that Rowdy wants to play that hasn't?
Wildcatters.
Is there?
We want to play Wildcatters.
Okay.
We like that place and
Cynthia
all the
Woods,
people
Mitchell
associated
Pavilion.
with them.
Yeah,
We would love to play the Woodlands.
You know,
Okay.
You know.
we don't like to set the bar too high. You know, NRG, Toyota Center, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Toyota Center, maybe
There's
Toyota
no.
Center.
I
maybe.
asked this question to everybody, and like a lot of people shoot and say like Carnegie Hall and like
Nah, that's too far.
No, I mean,
big.
Rowdy Wagon won't
Big
make it.
I would like to play. I would like to play the White
Yeah,
Oak.
change
White
it all
Oak.
on the way.
White Oak is
I would
cool.
like to play there. Somebody once told me that they'll never
Set
have
that
us.
there, and I'm gonna get
A White Oak.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that. Why?
Oh, I don't want to do all that. But
Okay.
I just and who knows what they know. This is
That's why I usually don't
third
do
hand,
live.
but I guess it's really just what you were mentioning earlier. People's assumptions of us.
Okay.
What?
That's just what I heard. I hope that they're watching, and I hope that they prove me wrong. I would love to play there. I think it's a
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
place. You know,
Yep, I should have been paying
I
attention.
hope they.
I have some contacts.
I hope
at
somebody
White Oak.
proves me wrong. I would love that for that to happen.
Apparently we
That
don't
would be
fit.
fantastic.
That would be
Oh,
fun.
Yeah.
We
Do you
don't-
guys have
oh,
any
okay.
shows coming up?
I had God play there. You sure?
We have
Like,
a few shows
what's,
coming
What's
up.
coming up for Rowdy? Because they're being super loud.
Go
It's
with
annoying.
Ruthless.
So
Can y'all focus for like 2 seconds?
I'm sorry.
we have a hard time
Squirrel.
with that in this band.
Yeah, I
Actually,
know.
What are we talking about?
We were answering the question.
If you guys
shows
have
coming
any
up.
shows coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got this
Battle for Vakken.
battle for fucking.
We get a whole
That's gonna be
20-minute
cool.
set.
At BFE, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's BFE. So I guess they put
be
all
cool
the
show.
bands in a random. What's the word you call it?
Just random. It was
Yeah, it was like who
Well,
plays
just random.
first is random to who plays last.
Well, we'll call it random, but
We'll call it
It's that
random.
whole like
Anyway,
metal
so
fest
so we play first
Battle of Band thing?
and we go
Battle
on
of
at 7:00
Band?
Yeah, no,
That's cool.
on a what is it Saturday, right?
Is it
yeah.
Saturday?
I don't even know the date.
Yeah.
It's probably on my phone, but my phone's recording.
You have
over
any
there.
other shows after that?
Yes, we just hooked up with Paul Crosby Management. Yeah,
I
I've
love
known
it. I'm
Paul a little
asking this
while.
question like I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
Geronimo sent me the flyer.
Flyer, yeah. You probably got it earlier than
Dude,
most,
I probably
didn't you?
got it
Yeah.
like
You
first,
probably got it a
honestly,
little
on the
earlier than
pool.
most,
It's
yeah.
like late. Geronimo's like, all I get is a
figured you'd
flyer.
do this
And I'm
anyway.
like,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
this is the coolest. Y'all should be. Someone please pull up their phones because
So,
mine's being used for recording.
yeah.
This is a very cool fucking lineup that I think you guys, in my opinion, should be really fucking proud about. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like that's what I'm texting Geronimo.
No, we're absolutely very
So-
excited
Very
about
fucking
that show.
cool.
We're really
you guys.
excited about this one.
and
I'm-
because
fucking cool.
I mean Paul is an associate of a couple of us, but obviously a super really good friend of Geronimo, and that's how we got on there. And so hopefully things go well because Paul is doing some killer things with the bands that are working with him. So
yeah.
that's super fantastic.
I'm gonna nerd out. The first time I met Paul Crosby, I was selling candles, and Uncle Barry brought him to my table, and he bought a candle, and I nerded out so hardcore, and he like signed my like a candle box, dude. I was like, y'all forget I was a fan. I was a fan like
Paul's
so
really
hard
cool.
before I started
and also,
this podcast. So.
Also, I want to say that the band that's headlining that night, they are literally doing exactly what we want to be doing as
Yeah.
far as
Playing festivals,
playing festivals and
biker
you know,
rallies, and things like
biker
that.
rallies and stuff like that. That's what we're really trying to do. So we just feel really privileged to be sharing a night with those guys because
Absolutely.
they are right on the same path that we want to be
Well,
on.
because that,
So
I mean, those two items specifically, playing festivals and biker rallies has been on Rowdy's goal list.
Okay, so I'm gonna
since
do a
the beginning.
shameless
From the
plug real
start.
quick. Outlaw Dave, get in my DMs because you do everything during the Lone Star Rally. So if biker rallies are y'all's thing,
Well, we
gotta
spoke-
get you plugged into
Yeah.
the Lone Star Rally.
Yes, ma'am.
And sadly, you know, the one that
You know?
happens in Austin in June, that isn't what
It
it used
tastes
to
like
be.
shit.
So
And I will not even say that name unless you want to sponsor me because I'm from Austin. So
I don't know whose name
I'll
I'm
smoke
allowed
another
to
one. You
say
get mad.
in what I'm about to say, so I'm not going to use any names. But we have been in contact with somebody about the Lone Star Rally in Galveston for this coming up year. Nothing set in stone.
it's fun. I've been usually at some
Um,
of the Search for Miss Lone Star rallies. Like I get to vend at some of those shows, bro. Come on, it's gonna be so much fun for y'all.
So really, where we're at is I guess I haven't really gotten a solid a solid yes. So I guess we're still in the asking phase. So,
Okay.
you know, we do have a contact that said more than likely kind of a thing, you know, but that's where we're at with that. So
Y'all should look into because I think I've been acting like I don't know them. I love them so much. I've literally been to all of their shows except the one at Come and Take It because it's in Austin and I have little kids. So whatever. Let's talk about getting you guys outside of Houston.
The Rail Club.
Yeah, that one.
You weren't at that one either.
I was not. He's like, I remember. Let's talk about like getting you guys out of Houston and doing festivals.
yep.
Are you guys actively maybe looking at like the jazz festival in New Orleans? I think you guys would maybe be a good fit in New Orleans, Oklahoma for sure.
Oklahoma,
As in like
Could
Rocklahoma.
you guys go on like a huge ass tour, right? Like if the people in the sky
No.
loved you,
We're all
guys,
working
and
men
we're
with
like, could
families.
you-
So we all got jobs and ain't
we're all
nobody
working in
leaving.
with families, and
Yeah.
that's
Old
all
dirt.
priority to all four
I
of us.
can't.
So you could
Walmart
do
needs me to push
a
some
weekend
carts.
tour, is
We-
what I like to
We
call
We
it.
could do
Friday,
like
Saturday,
a
Sundays.
if we had enough notice, we could do
Really?
like a
God
like
dang
a
it.
10-day
What I do?
Cash
like
in
a
your
10-day
vacation
run,
days.
you know. With enough
Well,
notice,
Target
we could,
only
we could
gives you
pull that
so
off.
many.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I
But
know, Target, come on, hook my boy up. Let him off so he
Yeah,
can
right,
go on tour
right.
with his band.
I
Target,
used to work for
please.
the Pascagoula Longshoremen, but that didn't work out all that well.
that was a long time ago.
Hook a boy
But
up.
the idea is like, I don't know. Let's say it's the Maryland Doom Fest or something, and again, it was planned out accordingly. We would literally drive to Maryland, play the show,
Yep.
do our rowdy business, stay the night, drive back the next day, go back to work.
I am a
we were-
platinum
we are-
member
we are
on
totally
Priceline,
built for that.
So whenever
Yes.
you guys need
Yes.
hotels,
And that is the goal. So you know,
I'm dead ass serious. Like that's the thing.
if it hasn't been clear, we're live. But we don't want to do a month-long tour around the country.
No.
Like nobody in this band even has an interest to do that.
Nope.
Yeah, well, it's
I don't
just
wanna
not
do
a
that.
it's just
Ooh,
definitely not
we
a
have a
possibility.
question from the audience.
Oh, what's up?
This is fun. Is this? How many different bands have y'all met along the way? Any ones that stand out?
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that was like my sexy
In Rowdy, though.
podcast voice.
Not your whole career.
That's fine.
So- In
Snakeskin
Rowdy.
Prison.
And Rowdy, we are being specific to
no
the band
10
Rowdy.
gods.
Yeah, No 10 Gods,
10
Snakeskin
Gods for
Prison,
Love
sure.
them.
Texas
Shout out
Hippie
to my
Coalition.
boys
No
from
10
No 10
gods. Shout
Gods.
out to those guys. Not
Those
only are they great
motherfuckers.
musicians, they're cool dudes as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fucking hand over fist, Andy Biggers,
There you go.
That's a bad
Come on.
motherfucker.
Yeah, played with them at the Rail Club in Fort Worth.
Mile Zero. They were
Mm-hmm.
amazing. An old whiskey dick.
We played a gig with Texas
Fucking
Hippie
A,
Coalition,
Whiskey Dick.
THC.
THC.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Gotta
Whiskey
love
Dick
it.
and my bros, man.
Yeah.
They
I love
have an
those
inn
Nevada,
at the
I owe that
biker
man a
rally.
cigar.
They have an inn. They play on the campgrounds.
Yep.
The secret cool spot that happens at the Lone Star Rally.
Yeah, we
There's-
can't wait.
We played with quite a
Dude,
few.
I can't wait. Now
Falsify.
I'm excited. We're gonna be like
Garbage
going
Girlfriend.
live like crazy.
Oh,
this
Garbage
year.
Girlfriend was when we were watching them. My wife was whispering in my ear. She was like, "I know they're all supposed to be kids," she said, "but the singer, I bet she's the one that's the adult." And then when they introduced their age,
Yeah,
she was
nope.
like, "I'm the singer and I'm 14," and I was like,
Yeah.
"You're wrong." Yeah, they're
Yeah.
so good. Like she has the voice of a
Seasoned.
grown woman.
Shout
Very
out,
seasoned singer. Yeah.
Shout out to Garbage Girlfriends. We
shout
love
out
y'all
to
girls, man.
Garbage
Y'all are
Girlfriends.
badass, man. Keep
I'd
doing
like
what
to-
you're doing.
I'd like to book
Absolutely
another
love
gig with
them, and like y'all have got finally like they're babies.
Oh, they're great.
They're
So-
babies, but
so
they're
when-
so
when-
fucking
So when
professional
we,
and
when
they're
we played
so
with them
grown up.
at VFE, I
They're
was
so grown up.
talking to the drummer's mom. I guess she's the one that runs all
She
their
is the
socials.
gatekeeper. Shout out
Yeah.
to she knows who she is.
She's
Shout out
dope.
to her.
Good job.
And anyway, so we were talking, and she was telling me like, yeah, this isn't even the full band. Like two of the girls decided that they wanted to go to homecoming instead. So they had some replacement girls come in and play for them, and I was like, that is so freaking cute.
So when
And
I
love it.
interviewed them, it was in their mom's living room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kept forgetting they were young, right?
Children.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Because
got
they
kids
are
older than
very
them. Yeah.
professional.
Yeah, same.
They are very professional. And they got to play like Acadia, like they have networked
Yeah.
and made.
So I was talking.
and now they're writing their own music.
I was
by the
talking
way.
to their mom or no, it was to the drummer and I can't remember who else, but like, yeah, we're talking to this producer, blah blah, this and that, and I'm like, oh well, who is it, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know, something. He's from Nashville. I was like,
Yeah.
what the.
They're flying out to Nashville to record originals.
First
So
off, he's
shout
flying.
out to them.
He's flying
He
to
flew
Houston
to
do
Houston 3 weeks ago and started
pre-studio work.
recording the girls' original music. Because I asked this question: how do you make music? How do bands make music? And a lot of bands have said, if you're a new person sitting in your living room and you're playing an instrument, join a cover band. Because there's music in cover bands. A lot of people agree with that you should be in a cover band first.
I don't know about
I
that.
asked this question. Then how do you transition from being in a cover band to doing original music? Garbage Girlfriend started as a cover band. Now they're doing
Well,
original
you know what?
stuff. How do you do
that's-
that? Have y'all heard that rumor that
Well,
it's better
heard
to
it.
be a
It's
cover?
not
Like
true.
that's
It's
where the
different, Garbage
music,
Girlfriend.
like that's where the money is being a cover
I don't
band
care about
first.
that. Nobody, nobody's
No.
doing.
Yeah, we're not in it for the
There is-
music.
There's
I mean,
no
for the money.
There's no
My
benefit.
man.
Yeah, there's
Talk
no
about a
benefit
flub.
for Rowdy.
He's like,
being
wait a
cover
minute.
band. There's no benefit for Rowdy. being
Redact
cover
that
band.
last statement.
Because you couldn't,
Yeah.
right?
Well, no,
You wouldn't want to
not that we
be.
can't. I mean, we can
But
play
you wouldn't
cover
wanna be.
songs. I mean, we can.
There's nothing wrong with. Hold on.
But we don't do that.
But
There's
it would
nothing
be-
wrong with
is
cover
it-
bands or tribute bands.
No,
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
great.
hard if you start as that
But
to maybe
to answer your
then
question, nobody in
switch.
this band is really interested in doing covers. So the whole transition part, I mean, we don't have a concrete answer
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. We just do our own songs. We
So-
But
Who writes all the songs for you guys? Is
Well-
it a
well, we write them
collab?
together. The way it
do.
works is I'll come up with some riffs. We got this drive, and then I'll dump them in there. The guys will listen to them, then we'll come out here, and then we'll try to mash it out a little bit. Geronimo has some phenomenal ideas, and man, as soon as it comes in here, it takes a life of its own. So my original idea gets blown out the fucking water. It turns into something amazing that turns into Rowdy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and what he means is like
That he's the brains behind Rowdy. Is that what just happened?
not
No.
necessarily.
No, no,
I'm
no.
totally
no.
teasing you
He,
guys. I'm
uh,
totally teasing
No,
you guys.
definitely not.
No,
the main.
so Billy basically Billy is the flint, if you will.
Yeah, the
Billy
Kickstarter.
Billy does the spark, right? And then he brings it to the rehearsal room. And a lot of bands, they send like files back and forth to each other, and then they all write it individually. We don't do that. We do it in a room,
In this room.
behind our instruments, looking each other face to face, the whole band. And we use Billy as the flint to give us the spark, and then
He's
when
calling
we
me
come,
Flint. I think I like it.
whenever we walk out of the room, we have a fire, if you will, for that metaphor.
Okay, so just track with me for a second.
Doing what we can.
You're a guitarist,
I think so.
and you're the one that's coming up with. I mean, no, I usually when I'm interviewing bands, it's like, who the vocalist is like, who the one that's like running things, and like who, right? Like he's got the
Everybody's-
guys like. This
and
is
We're gonna
the
be
stuff,
weird on this
You know
one.
what I mean?
We're gonna be
And
weird on this one.
And
So
Rowdy-
like that's all. I'm like, there
So-
is no
so-
right or wrong answer. I'm just saying most people that I interview
in
is
this
like the
band, everybody's
vocalist
got a
that's
part to
doing
play.
things.
Yeah.
So in this
So
band,
that's cool. I think that's cool that
So-
like you're.
So to break it down, the puzzle pieces are. This is kind of like the head honcho, but not necessarily the head honcho. He runs all the socials, right? He does all the.
Oh great! So when I'm
What do we call
messaging,
it?
I'm talking to
Anyway,
you. Now
if
I
you
know.
message on socials, you're talking to Trey. You're not talking to anybody other than Trey.
Right.
This is the voice, the mouthpiece,
Obviously.
all that fucking beautiful charisma.
Thanks,
Geronimo is in charge of like 99.9% of all of our merch.
Yeah.
And then I come
Which
up
is
with
important.
a good chunk
Super
of
important.
the riff ideas.
Yeah.
And then I drink a lot of beer doing it.
And
So,
whiskey.
Yeah. Almost like as if you think of a corporate business, they have departments.
No, and I get that.
Yeah?
I just
We're all our own
usually-
department head.
You know,
And-
I
and
don't.
we are all
I don't.
25%.
I am not
Yes.
a musician, so
No,
I
like, if
don't
you-
understand how like the musician brain works, and so usually the singer or whoever, I will ask this question like, do you have words and you're trying to come up with the music, right?
Nope.
Like you're a writer, you had a breakup and you're writing some shit, and then you're trying to come up with music,
That's a good question.
or
for
is
Hefe.
it that you have some sound that you're hearing, and then you need to find words? Because I'm absolutely totally convinced the
Go with where the music
non-musician
feels
brain
us.
does not work the same as the
Yeah.
musician
Well,
brain.
the like
You
like
know
we
what I
said,
mean?
Bi-
Like it doesn't
Billy,
work the same. So I'm
Billy,
just curious how it works.
there's a riff folder that Old Dirt
Okay.
provides for us, and then we start getting
So
in
it's like you
chipping.
really put everything in a whole.
It's like a Google Drive
Yeah.
folder.
Well, no, TV dolls. I guess one of the guys, he says he's got he's got all these random ass voice clips, right? Like he'll have an
And that
idea
works too,
put it
whatever
in his
works for you.
Hey,
phone.
man, everybody's got a process. Our process
so-
is just get
Yeah.
together, drink, and have a good time.
So the guys, the guys get together and kind of formulate. Okay, I like this drum part with that guitar part, and then Geronimo's like, okay, well here's my bass part for that guitar part,
Yep.
and then like, okay, cool. Now we figured that part out. Now what do we want to do next? Okay, like we figure that out, and so we kind of get a structure, and then as we start fleshing that out,
Motherfucker throwing shit at me.
that's
Can we have
when
that too,
that's when I start
please?
coming in with the with the vocals or the words. Some most of the time I'll scat over it, so I'll just make something up, and then I'm like, ooh, I kind of like what I said right there, so I'll hold on to that, and then it just starts building. Like it's just literally you're building a house, and so you just start at the bottom,
You
which
should
is
probably not.
the foundation.
Cool, I love that. We're gonna pause for a whole second. So yeah, we're good now. So we're gonna reach out to my very good friend, Mr. Geronimo, the electrician.
Give me a call.
We are-
I can
Who
do it.
My
who in
phone's
the
up there.
audience has a telephone?
And we're
Okay.
back.
I'll just
Because
figure
mine's
it out.
being used for
And
recording.
I keep
Let's
fucking
give
this
Geronimo
thing
a
up.
call.
I'm gonna wind up buying this thing before the end of the
Who's
night.
got a phone? Come on. Bill,
Where is Geronimo
Trey.
at, Hefe, while I do this?
He's working
people
his
from the
ass off.
audience.
That's what he's doing.
What is
doing electrician shit,
Yeah.
making that paper.
Master electrician.
If you
Goddamn
need
right.
a generator, hit up my boy Geronimo.
Gone
Among
old.
other things.
Oh yeah, he does that too. Yeah,
Do you need your
For when that power grid goes down
electricity?
again.
Bro, seriously, I bought the most banger ass. Like I have an air fryer built into my oven. The motherfucker would not work, and I'm like, the fuck? And it's because the electricity had to be upgraded in my house. I'm like, help me cook.
Well, hopefully
motherfucker.
We're trying to get a hold of Mr. Alvear, but he's about knee deep in work.
he's
Call has been forwarded to voicemail.
he's
We-
busy.
We'll try him again
No.
later.
We'll try him
He's
again later.
busy.
We'll
He's
try him again
doing
later.
work stuff.
So
He's a
now,
man.
now that we're back
It's over
going with
with your
this thing,
tone.
I want to say the story I told you, or the thing I told you actually, is that I've heard I guess I don't know, just other bands I'll say that they would go out to open mics and things, and that was not my path. A million years ago when I started doing this, we basically left the living room and decided to put money down and start paying monthly on a jam room like this place here.
Okay, but
And-
in your very beginnings, just you by yourself. So when did you always know you wanted to be in a band?
Okay,
Hefe?
well, so all right, so that's a story. So my buddy Chris High was we were early 20s, and he was jamming with these late teen kids, and we were just hammered, as usual, and literally conversation kind of goes like this, He's like, I was like, man, like I want to be in the band, but I don't play an instrument. Pause, and I was like, can I sing? And I was in choir my senior year with him. He was in choir his whole school career.
Okay,
Mhm.
so back history on
uh,
Hefe.
what?
He was in some choir.
Oh yeah, my senior
I
year.
usually ask people that. Were you in
So
band?
so
and
I was
stuff
just in
as
choir
well?
because it was my homeroom teacher, and my whole high school career. And every almost weekly would ask me when I'm going to be in choir, and I was like, my senior year when I have some extra credits, and I look good in a tuxedo is what she said, and I could dance. That was the reason I was there. It wasn't
Your
because of my
teacher said you look good in a tuxedo.
yeah, and,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and
Sounds like a Lifetime
I
movie.
think that's against the law in this state.
so anyway, so he's like, I know you can carry a tune. Like, come on out. So these kids had this it was like one of those the containers that go on the back of an 18-wheeler. It was literally on the 18-wheeler frame in their backyard. Like you had to walk up the steps. I couldn't even stand up all the way in it. Like I had to slump down because it was, because it's metal, and so it was covered in carpet and all this, and so I didn't know what I was doing. The everything was loud, the guitars were distorted, and I was just I didn't know what I was doing.
So you're just yelling in your backyard, basically.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
So we did two or three rehearsals, and the kids, the teenagers, were like, "Yeah, we want to go in a different direction." Well, luckily, Chris had a Home Depot credit card at a young age in the early 20s, and so I like to say we, but I helped, but he built this like 12-foot by 14-foot shed in the backyard.
Somebody's got to hand over the screws.
Yeah, and man, the walls were like almost a foot thick of different kinds of materials and things, and I literally went from going to the bars 5, 6, 7 nights a week to being in that place 4, 5, 6 times a week. Because I still go to the bars at least once a week, but my life literally completely changed. Like I got the fire, and I got the music bug, and it has not left me. And so then, like I said, so we were there for a while, and we got Charlie Chuco to come in, play the drums, and then Joe Tips, R.I.P. I love you, brother. I'm sorry, I got to do it. Joe Finger.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. man. And so then we were in that room for a good while, and then we're like, we need to do this around other folks that are doing similar things. So we're like, okay, we need to move to a studio. So we moved to a place like this, to Texas Music Studios, and so that's how we did it. Is now you're there, 4 or 5 days, 6 days a week, and you're seeing the same people. Well, you get to know these people, and then you're like, oh, let me check out your band. And so then all of a sudden, like I said, you start, I guess, networking and becoming friends and all of this, and then they're putting on a show, and you're like, oh shit, throw us on that show, and that's just how it happened for me anyway, in my past, and that's how it is. That's why I feel like these studios are so important, and
They are important.
The love and passion that I have for Texas Music Studios was born because of that, and now I own Texas Music Studios. It's the craziest thing ever.
Hey, Hefe, I'll say, these studios, they are the backbone of the music scene.
I agree, 100%.
There are these kinds of studios in every city
Absolutely.
across America.
Absolutely.
And you've done a good job in Houston of facilitating the backbone of the music scene.
Thank you.
This is my opinion, but
Yeah.
But
I try and have good toilet paper.
so much music comes out of this building. No, there's so much. Good
It's
music.
always double ply.
Seriously, I
It's
didn't
so
even
nice.
So much good music comes out of this building.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
Like
I
so
didn't
much
even
good
know
music comes
places
out
like
of this building.
existed until like seriously, I didn't even know
Thank you for that
places
quilted
like this
northern.
existed till like 7 months ago.
You're very welcome, sir.
It's actually really cool if you ever come
Yes, but
through
hold on.
or look when Hefe is doing an event for Texas Music Studio, because twice a year he does fundraisers for the studio, and he did one when he partnered with Baca. That was cool.
Bikers Against Child Abuse. It
Yeah,
was
and
beautiful.
it's a very cool thing. It's
Yeah.
cool. There's all this. It doesn't matter what time you walk through here. You can hear different bands playing and vibing, and it's
Yeah.
dude, it's a whole thing. It's
Well,
cool.
it's a whole experience, and something that I've said in my personal life is like, technology is changing, so like you can make music in your home by yourself, but you walk in here for 1 hour. You walk in this building for 1 hour.
It's a
and
completely
then-
different experience.
And then you understand
Yeah.
what a musical artist is really about.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because we've been having fun, and like we do have fun on my podcast. But let's talk about that for a second, because this is I think, a very powerful place. This and the other place that I record at. If you watch my podcast, you hear the background noise. Usually, I'm
Good.
surprised there aren't people actually playing tonight. I'm like,
Good.
Well, it's
this
Monday.
is the quietest
why.
I think I have
Good.
ever heard. This place. I don't know how you could have a bad day in a place like this, right? Because music is
Good year.
it is powerful and it is healing,
okay.
and that's something that nobody really wants to talk about, right? And we're gonna talk about it for a second. Because you guys made me cry once before, and I'm not gonna fucking cry this time. But
I'll do my
music is powerful and it is healing. I think that. I totally believe in that. We all have those like breakup songs and those like up songs, right? And just those songs that you can hear that you don't even know right? You just hear it on the radio and it like, I know mine. I've got a couple that can like literally take you back to like,
Oh yeah.
holy shit, like 15 years ago. And you're sitting on, it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Dusty Hayes, because the first time I brought this up, he was like, bitch, that's PTSD. You need therapy. And I was like, right?
Oh,
I was
Dusty.
like, I remember this one song and I'm
That's
sitting
it.
on the couch and I'm like, I know it, like the smell, like I just am there. And he was like, I
Nope,
love
by the
you,
smell
but
of the music,
that's
I love
PTSD.
it.
You need therapy.
That's a good little
Love,
quote.
shout out to my boy Dusty Hayes. But we all have, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm being so dead ass right now. Like, I think
Dead
everybody
ass.
loves music and it is a universal language.
Mhm.
I literally can hear music in languages I don't speak, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what they're saying,
Rammstein
but that is sexy
is a
as
great
fuck.
example.
Yeah. dude,
Or
that
that'll
song, Du
amp
Hast,
me the fuck
Yeah.
up,
I don't
right?
need to know what they're saying. I mean, I know
So
what
let's
they're
talk
saying,
about
but
that
I
for a
don't need to
second,
know.
because I
What?
know some of y'all's
Wait,
music is
what?
kind of deep.
What are we talking about?
We
We're
have
gonna
some deep. We have
well,
them. We
well,
have some
there's-
deep stuff.
So
we're gonna talk about some deep things. Hefe,
me personally, there's really two things. Like Baca, I'm a huge supporter of what they do.
Seriously, shout
And,
out
and
to
if you
them.
don't know, if there's a child being bullied at school, they will roll up 30 deep, meet the child, interact with them, have them sit on every single motorcycle,
He, like,
give them a
bullied them
nickname,
now. You know
and
what I
then
mean?
and then the
Like,
very next day they throw a cut on them and have their nickname, the embroidered patch, sewn on their cut,
and just real quick,
and-
BACA
and
is
take
Bikers
them-
Against Child Abuse. Shout out for Bikers Against Child Abuse, right? That's what it stands for, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Just real quick.
and then take them to school with those same 30 bikers rolling deep, and I know their nickname might be Popsicle or whatever, but they get a cool
It
nickname
made me cry
and they
when
get
were
taken
here
to
before.
school, and basically to let the bullies know, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
And then even to take it a step further, if there is actual child abuse, that they will go to court with these children,
Yeah.
and
It's a
and,
great
and
believe there's-
literally surround them and not let them out of their sight.
It's a good organization because,
Yeah.
like, we live in a
Mhm.
world where
I believe
okay,
there's even a little bit of
I'm gonna
financial.
go so
help.
fucking controversial right now. Wow, I've never said this. We live in a world where we'd all like to say we don't judge people, but we do. When you see someone with too many tattoos, or you see a biker, and I know this because I used to work in a biker bar. Most people judge bikers and think they're like what, thugs or something, but
Yeah,
they're
you
not.
mean the
They
sweetest guys you've ever
they
met?
are not. And
I-
BACA is a great organization.
I love
that-
these videos that I see on the internet where these mothers tell their children, like, if we are at a public place and you get lost, find a biker.
Yeah.
Because there
Yeah.
are people that dress up like the police
Mhm.
to try and be the safe person for somebody, but no one acts like they're a biker
Yeah.
and is out at a place, but a biker will help you.
Yeah. Especially to women as well.
Mhm.
If anybody doesn't know this and they're watching, metalheads as well.
Yeah.
Metalheads, bikers. You know,
They
I would
look
say
scary, dude. They're not.
the,
Oh,
the,
would you
the
like a
scariest
nice,
looking
warm
guy in
Miller Lite?
society is probably the
The
guy
biggest teddy
that
bear
would
and the
give
biggest-
you
This
every
one's already
clothing
here.
on his back to help you out. It's weird how that works.
It-
You know,
seriously, let's
the guy that's wearing Gucci He's not gonna help
I'm gonna
you.
do a
You know
shout
what I
out
mean?
to
Like,
my
he's not gonna help
Eeyore.
you.
I'm gonna do a shout out right now to my Eeyore of the music scene, Mr. Spencer, who is I've coined him now,
Gold star.
Mr. Spencer,
Thanks, man.
over at 19th Hole. He is my emo of the music scene, but he would totally like cut for anybody and like really have their back, right? He looks grumpy and scary, but he's not. It's
And
not.
then the other
What was the
thing
question?
that I am
You guys don't even
because
know.
because it's happened to
I'm
me
trying.
We're
is
rowdy.
is
That's what we
is
do.
is male suicide.
Are we getting rowdy?
And male suicide is a serious problem.
Yes.
and we
Veteran suicide to boot.
veteran male suicide is
Male veteran suicide.
I'm going to use one of my mom's words, outlandish. Like it is just so beyond ridiculous. I can't even tell you. And so my whole thing is, and actually I started doing this also because Ashley had suggested it, because we have a song called Southern Gentleman, and it was written for my brother Eddie and my brother Chicken,
That was there
who,
we go.
uh,
That's what I was trying to
who
get at.
committed suicide a few
Yeah.
years ago, literally within a
Full
year
circle.
of each other. And so as we're introing the song, I always say, if after this set, I'm leaving here, I'm grabbing my stuff, and I'm going directly to the merch booth. If you need to talk to somebody, like, I'm not a professional. My heart's way bigger in my head. I'm not trained. I'm not none of that. I give a shit. And please come talk to me if you're having an issue.
And when you think
And-
someone doesn't give a shit, they really do. And you can be in my DMs all the time. And my phone number is literally
Yeah,
listed
yeah,
on
yeah,
social
yeah.
media.
Absolutely,
Please
but-
call
Every
me
member
before
of
you
Rowdy
like
gives a shit. If you
make a
relate
permanent
to a single
decision
one
on
of us,
temporary
you
feelings.
message
Yeah.
us, and we all give a
Because
shit.
you guys are very cool with like interacting with your fans and stuff, right?
Well, absolutely.
Because some
I
bands
don't
are-
have very many
and
fans.
I bring this up.
Hold on.
No, I
I
bring
don't
this
have very
up.
many of
Let me-
those.
let me-
I
please
bring
let me
this
finish
up and
this
we're
real
on
quick. I'm sorry.
live.
I'm
Y'all
sorry. I
are
don't mean to
cool
interrupt. I
with
don't mean to interrupt.
interacting.
Please, sorry. I don't. 988. Like I said, Ashley had encouraged me to say that because maybe some people are too embarrassed to talk to somebody in public. So 988. It is like 911. You can call it. Someone is going to answer the phone.
It is
You
anonymous.
can text it.
It's a text.
They'll respond.
No one will
Please,
show up to
just
your house.
please do not feel that you are alone, because you are not.
You don't have to say your name. No, like
Yeah,
literally
and-
nobody will
and-
show up at your house or
And just
anything.
for my own addition to it, if somebody was watching this to hear your message and wants to message us, any one of us personally,
Please do. Please do.
please do.
My phone number is 281-639-6090.
Yeah. I'm a vet. I get it. So, if that's part of it, I
And I
understand
only
it.
ever,
Call
and I'm
me.
not like trying to be a Debbie Downer, and I only ever bring this up because music is powerful and it is healing. And I think that
That's why we do it.
I know that's why y'all do it, but I think there's a bigger, there are other bands that could do it and don't get it, if that makes any
That was a
sense,
tough
right?
segment.
I don't think that you guys, and this is coming from a fan that now has a podcast and also slings candle in the back of Scout sometimes. I don't really think you guys understand the pedestal that normal people coming into venues puts you guys on. So that's if all bands would be like, hey, it's cool coming up to us and talking to us, and we're normal people, and like if you're hurting, reach out. Because on the cool, I'm sick of fucking donating candles to benefits that could have been avoided.
So we make mention to this topic well, I say we, I mean Hefe. Hefe says this topic at every
Okay.
show because we're that committed to.
Well, good. Then I rubbed
Yeah.
off a little bit.
it.
'cause
However
this-
many
this is
shows you
important.
said we played, we
Yep.
don't remember. However many shows, we have said this topic on stage that many times.
'Cause it's,
Am I
it's-
wrong?
and
Am I
there's-
wrong?
It's important.
Yeah,
It's important.
we played at I can't remember which Scout show it was,
It's
because we played there a
important.
bunch, but show was over, and this guy, I mean, he's literally, and the Scout stage is kind of chest tall for most folks. And I mean, he's literally like has his arms up at me, and I'm like, "Oh, what's up, man?" I go down and I'm literally laying on the stage and embracing him, and he was telling me that his brother had committed suicide about a year ago, and it's just been real tough the last couple of weeks, and I held on to him, and we just talked, and there were 4 or 5 of folks that I know that were, I mean, literally standing in line wanting to talk to me, and and I was just like, "Yo, please, just you got to give me a minute, and like I said, it was important. I needed to give him my time, and I did, and then I saw him the next time we played, and he was like, "Remember me?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I remember you, dog." Like,
Dude, I love
we
that when
hugged.
he
I'm,
came
I'm the
back.
huggingest motherfucker, by the way.
Yeah.
So, but
We're friends with him now, by the way.
Yeah.
We know. I know exactly who he's talking
Dude, I
about.
love that.
Yeah,
See, so
Yeah.
they're normal people too, right? You guys
Yeah.
are normal people. They have like,
Mhm.
you know, normal people problems and girlfriends and wives and kids and shits, but they're normal people too. Like they get it. But I think you guys don't understand. Like, I was a fan that has like a business that then started this, right? So I've interacted with you guys on like a fan, you know what I mean? Aspect. I think most people on my podcast. And literally people put you guys up on like a pedestal, right? Like even in the local music scene, I think when you're paying the money to go to a show and you're spending your time to actually fill a fucking venue, please do it more, whoever's fucking watching this live. Please, because we're losing venues. It's important. Like,
So,
but they
I
still
don't-
look at you guys as like a metallic, you know what I mean? Like you walk into Scout sometimes and you're like, they're like rock stars. You know what I mean? Like
We're not rock
they're
stars.
rock stars.
We're not
But
fucking rock
that's
stars.
I
I
think
mean,
how people
We're
look
not
at
fucking
you
rock
guys.
stars. We're
I-
not fucking rock
I-
stars.
Please, someone, you know what I'm talking about.
I appreciate the fact
But
that
that's what people look at you guys.
people feel that way.
Look
But
like, oh, they're going to a show at Scout or wherever, and it's like, okay, I'm paying for this, and I'm seeing this band. It's like,
well, and you
can
and
I touch them? And
and you-
like,
and you
oh, are they
talking
going
about
to talk
paying
to
for
me?
it.
You know what I mean?
that's the thing is like I don't see like I appreciate it if you feel that way, and thank you, thank you. But I feel, and I've said this for decades now, even like I lean on the idea of a couple that has kids, right? And they want to go out for the night and want to go see a show. So they have to set up a babysitter. So that costs money. The gas to get there, the entry fee, 10, 15, $20. So now they're 20, 30, $40 and plus the babysitter money, $100, 150, whatever it is. And then they ain't had a sip of booze in them or nothing. And
Not a thing.
I owe it to them to bring my motherfucking A game because I want to entertain them. I want them to leave that place thinking, man, I want to do this again. Like I owe it to them. That's how important it is to me.
And you know what? Hefe told me
that's a
that
really
exact
great-
thing
that's a
probably
good-
15 years ago. And I have been solid on that.
I mean, y'all do put on a
exact
show. Y'all,
point.
y'all definitely do
So
put on a
long.
show for
No, because
for real.
there's a lot of weight on what he just said.
No, there
I have a
actually
day
is.
job. I understand that when I understand the guys I work with, for them to come out to a gig, it's kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Well, and then what about the people I don't work with? You know what I mean? They are also having to do the same rigamaroo, if you will, to come out to a show.
He meant
I
rigmarole.
feel obligated to leave every ounce of energy I have on that stage
Mhm.
Well, and
for
that's
the fact that they did what they had to do and
that's
showed
a
up,
question I usually ask.
mean,
It's so funny. I totally blanked out on this the other night. Dude, yeah, I'm looking at Daniel. He's ignoring me. This is a question I totally blanked out on. So, should it be a show? Should you be entertaining? Should you totally go off fucking script, Billy, and do a solo guitar rip on stage that's totally random sometimes? Love
It's
you.
called the Bangover for a
Love
reason.
you.
because my
I'm like,
neck
called
what
is
is
art.
he doing
killing me
right
the
now?
next
Oh,
day.
he's feeling the fucking music right now. That's what he's doing. Should it be like that? Or should it be where people are coming and they're just standing on stage and
We're not
everyone's
Yanni.
playing their
All
instruments?
right. So if you're
We're
gonna
not
be
Kenny
if
G.
you're
and
gonna
we're
be
not
playing live,
utilizing social media, and we're wondering
Alright.
why people aren't coming
no.
to shows.
So this is to answer your question. So this is a quote from Gene Simmons. If you don't get into it, you can expect anybody else to get into it.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Can we put that on a fucking t-shirt?
If you're
you
not
don't get
headbanging on
into it,
stage,
how
if you're
can
not,
you expect
if you're
anyone
just
else
staring
to
at your
get into
fingers,
it?
standing still, you can't expect the crowd to
Can
fucking
you guys
feel
all say
anything.
that together? That'd be an adorable sound clip.
Yeah, maybe.
I will do it. We'll do it on the when it's over.
But yeah,
No, I mean,
you gotta
that's-
get it. If you don't get into your own music,
And you know,
can't expect
I'm
anybody
looking
else
at
to.
you,
There's
someone
no
that is
way.
off camera. You know what I'm talking about because you come to a lot of shows that I am like vending at. I am blowing. It is. I am fucking mind blown.
Hi, Cheyenne.
I am mind blown because I'm like, wait, this is the bill, and I'm all hyped up, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
slinging corners, and there's like
Hey,
10 motherfuckers in
Here's
this bitch. And
here's
I'm like,
something that
so do we utilize social media or not?
so
Because that's my other question.
I put today in an
I already know
email.
y'all utilize
I put
it.
I was doing Rowdy business today, and I put in an email. I said, we have over 100 years of combined live performance experience, and then in parentheses I put that's a real number.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong?
100%.
about 80 of it's from Geronimo. That's
Yeah.
a joke,
Grandpa.
Geronimo.
Yeah, but
I love
no,
you.
if
Please.
you combine all our experience in how long we've been doing this, you combine it all. You know, they do that at work, you know. They'd be like, "Oh, this team has a combined experience of so long." Yeah, well, this band has a combined experience of over 100 years of doing what we're doing.
Whew,
And that's a real
that's
number.
a lot.
That's a real number.
I believe that number.
That's a real
Yeah.
number.
And we haven't even talked about how some of y'all come from like deep music roots.
Mm-hmm. Everybody in this band
'Cause
comes
your
from
dad,
musical
what
families.
does your dad do?
My
When
dad
we
is
gonna get your
active.
dad?
My
When we
dad's
gonna
an
get your
active
dad on the
musician.
podcast?
My dad is an active musician.
Mine too.
He plays in a cover band called Edgebrook. They're fantastic.
So we could talk about cover
Fantastic.
bands.
They're the best cover band in Houston, in my opinion.
Okay, so like, could I interview you and your dad for the podcast?
Sure, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hefe, when we gonna interview you and your dad for the podcast?
And your
Oh,
dad does a
that-
cover band as well.
Because
doesn't
I
he?
know
That'd be
your dad is
awesome.
into
No, don't
music,
forget,
too.
don't forget Dirts. Yeah. Oh yeah,
my-
man.
Dude, we
my-
could have like a Father's Day
Yeah,
segment
don't
where
forget
we have
Dirt's
like
dad. did
How
too.
many
Yeah.
bands you and your dad
All
did?
of us.
Me and my pop been playing since I was 12, so I don't fucking know.
That's been a bunch.
My dad's always in bands. So I don't even know the band he's in now.
Yeah. So all of us come from musical families.
Yep.
All four of us.
we
Yeah.
should do a whole. That would be fun. You, your dad, dads.
We'll just
dads,
do the Rowdy with our
Sons and
dads.
dads.
Yeah.
sons and
Hey, that would-
dads.
That would be a lot of fun, actually.
I'd be
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
serious.
That would be a lot
Hell
of fun.
yeah.
I mean,
Dads
that's,
and their
that'd be
sons.
Get
Like,
cool
Bill and Dad
idea.
to drink a few Lone
you do it
Stars.
at
Man,
somebody's
have a
house
good old
hilarious.
time.
or
Fuck yeah.
wherever, dude.
who cares where it's
Yeah,
at?
like,
That would be a
so
cool
much fun.
idea.
Oh, so I was
A round table.
my dad was having a party at the
I
house.
need
This
to
was
do
years
another one.
ago, and
I'm due for another
this
roundtable.
there's a song in the works called "Born to Drink," and my dad gave me that idea. I was hanging out with him, and there's I don't know 100 people at this party at his house, and we're just kind of talking about how much he would drink, and I would drink, and I would tell him how much I drink, and I rehearse 4 or 5 times a week, and he's like, "Damn." I was like, "What are you talking about, Dad? Like, you used to tell me you used to drink, you and your buddies would drink enough Lone Star to float a battleship." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I guess, And I was like, "Wow." And I figured at some point in my life, I won't be able to drink. So I'm going to get it all out right now, And then he goes, "Son, you're bohunk. You're born to drink." I was like, "Holy shit, Dad. I'm going to write that song." So bohunk is
A work in
like
progress.
Bohemian, like it's Polak, German, kind of around that area in the world. And but yeah, I'm Czechoslovakian. So yeah, apparently I'm born to drink. Yeah, I gotta pee too.
Okay, let's take a break.
Hey, can I get another cold beer?
Here we go. See,
I'm joking. I'm just joking. I got one. I
started
got one.
every time, dog.
I got a
This
warm
is
beer.
why you guys
We
will
got a
never be
whole
on my
fucking-
fucking live. By
We got
the
a
way.
ton of them down here.
I was joking.
Yeah.
Oh, his
This
sarcasm
is-
escapes
yeah.
me.
It
That's
was
why
a
you
joke.
guys.
Round
It was a
two.
joke.
Round 2.
Fight.
Ashley.
So this is why you guys will never be on my lives. So let's just like be serious for like a little bit.
All right,
Sorry.
being serious.
I'm gonna
for
be
a
that
minute.
bitch that's gonna
Yeah.
make you guys be serious. So, where do you guys get the inspiration for your music? Where does it come from?
Whiskey, life,
Inspiration.
horrible chicks,
All right.
Yeah.
family,
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay. All of the above.
feeling of loserdom in your head. Yeah, all of the good positive things. Strippers.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Louisiana
Uh,
when we making a road
Shout out
trip.
to all the single mothers out there doing the best they can.
That's right.
$1
Hell
at a
yeah,
time.
That's right. $1 at a time,
Hey,
man.
we support $1 at a time.
Oh yeah, no, I got patched in at Paradise City.
I support single moms $1 at a time. You got patched in.
You got patched in.
I got patched in at old Paradise City.
Hey, we're supposed to be serious right
Oh.
now.
Their
Oh,
name.
my bad.
Oh,
Their
Uh,
names.
can't take
Shout
us
out to
anywhere.
Do y'all
Scorpio.
have nicknames?
Yes, we have nicknames.
Hefe, what's your nickname?
It's
Is that
Hefe.
it?
Mm.
It's-
Yeah.
is-
what's your real name?
It is.
Hefe?
It is definitely.
No, we're not gonna say that
No,
on.
are we not allowed to
No,
talk
we're not
about
doing
that on
that.
No,
camera?
I mean,
We're
I
not
don't
doing
know.
that. We're not doing that.
People that know, they know. But where
How did you get your name Hefe?
so
It's a really cool story.
There's
Wait
this,
for it.
boss, bitch.
there's this
So-
Clutch song, and it goes, "They call me El Jefe, the primo de los matador, the master of the metaphor, a charge or a troubadour, the one you've come to love and adore."
Is that really? Are you?
And
Is
and,
that
and
really?
and as the 10,462nd time that I listened to that song, I was like, you know what? I am El Jefe.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with the 10,461st time.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, that is
Right.
correct. And so I was like, you know what? I am El Jefe. And I'm in a band called Pinche Gringos. So fuck off. Yeah, I am El Jefe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here's a phenomenal story of how I became Dirt. Hefe, take the stage.
Yeah, Hefe, tell
Oh
the
my
story of
God.
how Billy got his name.
yeah. A lot
Oh,
of
God.
whiskey
Here we go.
and beer and cigarettes and I don't remember.
Yeah, we don't remember.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
remember?
kind.
But
That's
hold
kind
on.
of the point of
But
his
hold on,
name.
hold on. Hold on,
We
but-
don't remember.
but I hold on. It's not dirt. It's old dirt.
yeah,
Like OL apostrophe dirt.
yeah, that's the name.
Toe dirt.
that was the name that I bequeathed him.
My patch would say that, but you got to pay by the letter.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on, gentlemen. Do you
Yeah.
have an opinion from a guest from the audience? Joe Dirt. Oh my
No,
God.
there's
No.
no
Oh, yeah.
reference to Joe
So-
Dirt.
Yeah,
No, is that
that's,
not?
that's
Because
an
I
old
could've
wives'
ran with
tale.
That's
that
an
for, like,
old
a hot
yeah,
minute.
that's a
The
myth,
jokes
and
that
we're
I
here to
could've-
set the
the
record
jokes that I could've
straight.
made.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Well,
Captain
nothing-
Seabass.
nothing to
the
do with
record
Joe
being
Dirt.
straight is we don't know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, shit, you're right.
so
we don't
Captain
fucking know.
Seabass.
Captain Seabass.
I mean, was that Geronimo?
So yeah, Geronimo gave me Seabass, and y'all insisted I be captain.
how? How the fuck is that your nickname?
Because he is a captain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now,
Well,
legit.
up until
I'm not, but
no, not anymore.
I thought you were still a captain.
No, his Willman's license expired.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, he was a captain.
Yes.
So when the name came about, so Captain Seabass, because Seabass came from the Navy term of
no, Seabass is from Dumb and
Seabass.
Dumber.
no, I meant well, what I meant was from.
yeah.
Well, no, what I meant was
Yeah.
the seaman part of it.
I'm not a seaman.
Even though
Petty
that
officer
was,
at
Geronimo was
best.
calling you
Wait,
that a lot.
so
and it
wait,
kinda-
you were in the service, right? Are we allowed
I
to
was,
talk about
yes.
that?
I was in
Because
the
we're on
Navy.
live, so I
Absolutely.
asked
Navy.
the question already.
Yeah,
so.
Navy.
I was
Thank
in
you,
the
brother,
Navy,
for your
not a
service,
seaman,
man.
petty
Thank you.
officer at best.
Yeah,
So you were in the Navy?
I was in the Navy.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. 4 years.
That's cool.
man. Can
no,
we,
Aubrey
can we,
went to
can we talk
the
about
Navy
the time
Academy
you got in that
over the
Uber?
summer.
Oh yeah. Old Captain Seabass
Yeah,
has got
so,
a phenomenal
I made
Uber story.
E4 twice.
Wait, no, hold on.
How'd that happen?
So
I don't want to tell this story on live.
Yeah,
No?
see, there's
You
a
don't wanna
reason
talk
I
about
don't
the
do
Uber you got
lives.
into?
There's a
Hey,
reason I
that's
don't do
fine.
lives.
Hey, we don't
That's
have to
fine.
tell that story. Hey, if you know the story,
You know
that
the
shit
please.
and
Oh, I'll
live.
tell you what.
you know the
If
story.
you know
If
the
you don't know the
stories,
story,
Music After Dark,
come out to see Rowdy live.
Yeah, come out, see
Oh,
Rowdy live, and see how
he
I
will tell
earned the
you
story.
He
Or-
will tell you the story.
He will tell
Just
you
get in
man
my
to man, face to
DMs,
face,
and I will happily blast that story.
how we got into an Uber.
We'll put it on Center Sundays. We'll put it on Center Sundays. Shameless plug for my new thing.
It was a
Shameless
one-way
plug
trip.
for my new thing I'm trying to do. Center Sundays.
Yeah,
You
We'll put it
know,
on there.
good stuff.
It was a
If
pretty
you were in
quick
the service with him,
transaction.
please give me my
Kind
DMs.
of easiest one of the night, he said.
Yeah, how did Geronimo? Did Geronimo have a nickname?
So
Geronimo's nickname is
Smooth.
Smooth.
You buy him a shot of whiskey, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Buy Geronimo a shot of whiskey, and you'll understand why we call him that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We encourage you to buy Geronimo shots of whiskey.
Please do. He
So you
needs
guys
one.
encourage fans engaging with you after shows.
Hell yeah.
100%.
I don't even call them fans. I call them friends.
No, I asked
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you guys get weirded out? Like, has anyone asked you to like sign merch and stuff?
Nope.
Is that-
Hell no.
have we signed
Uh,
any titties yet? Is
We
that a
have signed
thing?
things, but look,
I've signed some titties.
No,
Look,
I'm
yeah.
being serious. I'm sure you
okay,
have.
look.
being
No,
serious
I'm
too.
being serious. This is a serious question that I would like
absolutely.
to have answered from my podcast.
I'm gonna answer it seriously.
Because
So-
most people get weirded out the first time a fan is like, "Can you sign this?"
Nope.
Nah,
Is that weird to you guys?
no, not at all. Because here's the thing: if somebody's respecting and loving us in the moment, and they're asking us to sign something because they think we're gonna go the distance.
They came to a fucking show.
Yeah,
So
that's what they're asking. That's what they're asking. I think y'all are gonna go the distance in this moment of my life right now. I think y'all are gonna go the distance, and I would like to, maybe be a part of that.
right.
You know what I mean? Even if it's to sell
Is
it
that
later
cool?
on.
Have y'all signed?
Even if it's to hold on to it until it's worth something and sell it later on, they still want to be a part of the journey.
So,
you know?
so I have a story for this. This was early Pizza Gringos days, and
Why not?
this fan wanted us to sign something, and Joe Tips was like, what the fuck? Like, we did horrible tonight, and this and there's all of this negative stuff, and I literally grabbed him by his cuff of his shirt. I was like, that doesn't matter
Yeah.
to this person.
Who cares?
We were the greatest rock band of the
Their
night,
life.
at least whatever he is.
Yeah.
This fan
Not
is wanting you to sign it, so just sign it and smile and say thank you.
right.
Like
right.
it was a
Yep,
crazy
exactly.
thing. Even for me, I'm like, oh my god, you want my signature? My autograph? Like, I didn't even call it an autograph back then. Like, my signature. I was like, okay, but I mean.
Yeah.
But do those things. And
Yeah.
do not hesitate. Do not
No,
hesitate.
people do.
Sign the
those. It
titties.
Just, it's a
I love
new
it. Just
the babies.
thing
It
that
is so a
a
friend
lot of new bands aren't used to like they're at their merch table.
You know-
Some local bands still don't even fucking sell merch because they're not convinced
That is
that's a thing.
ridiculous.
so a friend of ours
So people get surprised.
a friend of all of ours,
People
I
get
know we all
excited.
saw it. A friend of ours actually today, cool timing. A friend of ours posted on Facebook, "What's the biggest compliment you've ever received?" You know what?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? I commented a joke. on the
Of course
internet.
he did.
But you know what the truth? You know what the true answer is?
what is it?
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah,
It's the biggest compliment anybody's ever given.
absolutely. 100%.
Okay. There's a reason I asked that question. There are some And look, I am saying this from a vendor's point of view now. Like, I am not the host of a podcast anymore. This is the opinion of someone that has done, at last count, 392 shows with Chris Harding in 3.5 years. Woo, try to count those bitches. I'm like, are we serious?
Hell yeah. That is
Um,
crazy. Crazy awesome.
There are still bands that have ego problems.
Okay.
that aren't like
Oh, we're
no
doing
one is
that.
showing up to
Alright.
their shows.
Here's
Wait,
my-
wait, and I am a vendor. Okay, so and I don't care if we edit. I can't because we're doing live. But
No, we're
online,
live.
We can edit some of this out. Then I will not ever say their names. But I literally see them show up, set up, act like they're rock stars, and then not engage with anybody. A couple of them have had merch tables, some of them haven't. And you're wondering why you're not relevant in the.
In the scene.
Really?
Hold on.
You
Hey,
can
hey,
call it
hold
the
on.
scene. That's what it is.
Trey.
No.
Dirt's got something for this. Come on, brother.
My personal opinion, if you think you're better than who you fuck it. If you got an ego, fuck yourself.
Straight
Okay.
up. Straight up.
There's absolutely no reason to have an ego.
Yeah.
If you're great at your craft, you don't need to be an arrogant cocksucker.
Y'all, I have
At
literally
all.
heard bands play on
There's
the
no reason
buzz
for it.
when they do their bullshit that aren't even fucking
mean,
together
fucking-
anymore because of fucking
the-
ego
the road
problems.
to
Figure
fucking-
that out while I get fucking canceled.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
She was
I was
Thank
trying to
you.
finish my thought, but it's all
Yeah,
right.
but she
Actually, I had
kept
something to say.
talking.
sorry, no, finish, Billy.
alright.
I'm just
Go ahead,
saying.
Dirt. Finish it.
Nope, it's already over.
No, finish it.
Fucking
finish
Too
it.
late,
we're
too
gonna
late.
do this now.
We missed the moment.
How? Okay, so here's my next question: how do we get people to come to shows?
Well, that's kind of my department. Remember when I said we broke the band down into departments?
Departments. Like
How
a
we get
business,
people to
right?
shows? That's my department. That's what I do. Shine, can you throw that away from me, please? Okay, so this happened today. I've got the contact information for influencer called Cornbread Cowboy. I don't know. Have you ever heard of him? We post him a lot on the
Oh my
Rowdy
Lord.
stories.
Oh my God.
Man, we have posted
I
that guy more than anybody
love
else on
that
the
guy.
Rowdy stories.
If there is anybody on the planet,
with that motherfucker.
hold on, if there's anybody
Well,
that is
oh,
rowdy,
I got his
That guy.
info today,
Come
and he
on.
responded to me.
Come on.
So
If we
What
can
are we
shout
doing?
out to
So,
Uncle Laser, it'd
he
be a
has a
great
fee. We
addition.
talked
That's
today.
my favorite comic.
He's got a fee. I can't really afford it. You know,
there are 4 numbers.
there are 4
in
numbers
the
in his fee.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
It ends with 0.
He's doing
That
a great
helps.
job right now, and he has no reason to come to Pass and Get Down, Dina. But god damn it, am I gonna try?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna fucking try. I've already hit up the venue Rowdy's.
That was, remember we were talking about names. Okay, we were talking about names. I'm going to start looking at y'all because Trey's like, why you keep looking at Cheyenne?
Right.
So they responded to me today, but it's kind of like the Lone Star Rally. I have the same answer to y'all. Like, I'm talking to them, but they have not said yes to me.
So basically, there'll be no beep, 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 beep breaking news happening on this podcast.
Nope. I don't know.
Why?
They
Come
could.
on.
They could not respond to my next email.
Why?
I hope they
Well
don't. You know, hey, shout out if you're watching. You know.
Yeah. Rowdy Clear Lake
I hope
would be
they don't,
freaking
but
dope.
but
Beep, 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 breaking news.
don't let me
We're not wearing
promise
sleeves.
things.
Yeah, we were definitely not wearing.
Oh, yeah,
shit!
we're gonna
Hold on,
keep
hold on.
trying.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
the
We're
Rowdy
gonna
in
do it.
Clear Lake. Like I went there. It's called Rowdy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called
showed-
Rowdy's.
Rowdy's
with an S.
or
I showed up. I
something?
And that's what I was talking
Hold
about.
on,
earlier.
hold on.
Name.
There's a
sho-
point.
I showed up with a pearl snap colored T-shirt. Not a T-shirt. A pearl snap
fancy.
colored shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ooh.
With no
Ooh,
sleeves.
My grandpa would be proud of him right now.
I couldn't get in
Nope, you
They
gotta
wouldn't
wear.
let you in?
because I
No.
didn't
Wait.
have sleeves. And then
Because you
My-
cut
hold
your
on.
fucking sleeves off of everything.
no,
homie.
and then, well, duh. But then
He
my
doesn't
beautiful
ever wear
friend
sleeves.
Carrie, damn it feels
Gotta
good to
wear
be a
sleeves now.
gangster, went to Rowdy's on the north side of town, and she's at the bar ordering drinks, and there's some white bread motherfucker over there with a wife beater on at the fucking bar. We're like,
Really?
what the fuck is that about?
Maybe he's like staff and you just like, you're not
Oh
part
no,
of the
he
gang
was
crush.
buying beers. He is not working.
You're
And
not
so-
helping us get a gig there.
Yeah, but
No,
my point
not at
is
all.
like, how do you have
You're
different
really selling her
rules
line,
at your different rowdies? And our band is rowdy. Come on, y'all. Hey, we will learn some country covers. I guarantee you.
Do some two
I'm gonna,
stepping.
I'm gonna not follow
Somebody
that
needs
with
to take me
I'm gonna
Fifty
say
Cent.
like that's a
Bitch,
hard
you know how to
maybe.
step?
There we go. It's a hard 50%, probably not.
That's a hard,
we're-
probably not.
We're gonna
Come
do a
on,
shout
dog.
out to my
Maybe
All my
hometown
rowdy friends, we
A
ain't gonna
couple.
cover that one.
because I
A
am not
couple.
from
A
Houston.
couple.
I am low key
Big Scoot
divided
no,
between
probably.
Austin and Colleen.
All right, well,
Shout
fuck
out
Rowdy
to
then.
Wild Not in the Country in Harker Heights, Texas.
All right, well, who else is gonna pay his fee? Because we
Yeah.
can't afford to pay his fee.
Yeah.
So like,
Ain't gonna happen there. Hold on, where is he located?
I don't know.
Let's
but
go to him.
We gotta pay his fee.
Can we
But where is he? If we could go to a bar
I mean,
at the
well,
end of his street where he lives, I'm certain it wouldn't be $3,000.
Hey, Ashley's
Oh,
got
shit, did I say that out loud?
Ashley's got a question.
we gotta Ashley.
I know. For everybody watching, I'm being like the bitch trying to get them to be serious right now. For everybody on
Well,
Facebook
I mean,
Live,
shit.
I'm trying to get them to
Hey,
be serious
what do you
for a hot
what do you
minute.
call the band? What do you call the band?
Y'all,
Yeah, what do you call the band?
y'all, I call y'all rowdy. You're
Well.
fucking rowdy as shit.
We do a good job.
Cigarettes over there.
Y'all, dude, you rowdy as shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have hit
Literally deflected them that way.
You're welcome.
my questions with you guys.
What's your next question?
I helped Hefe get his
You really
cigarettes.
want to know what my
It doesn't sound like it or look like it.
Say it loud. Hey.
I'm sorry, what are we doing?
Listen, Ashley.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Say it.
This is my last question.
This is what?
The
Last question.
Oh, okay.
If you could fix anything about the Houston music scene, what would it be? Or could you? Because you guys have done, 9 shows. I've been to
All
7
right,
of them.
I got an answer that I think everybody would appreciate. Lower beer prices.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That is definitely.
Paying
Hey,
$9
and-
for a
and
beer
look-
is
Is it the
ridiculous.
drink
Look,
prices
the
in
whiskey
venues?
shots are far too expensive.
Well,
That's
well,
ridiculous.
let me just preface this with I got buddies that would come and see us, but they don't want to spend $110 to drink 3 drinks.
Yep.
I will snap to that.
Yeah.
And I'm
Quantity
gonna do
over quality.
a super shameless plug that I've never done before because I just realized that now, and I never pronounce it. What is it? Bones. The
Bones.
place upstairs now does
Scout Bar. Shout out Thomas.
$5
He's awesome.
you collards
Appreciate you, Thomas.
Yeah, man. We love Thomas a lot.
on drafts. So bougie if you are an IPA drinker. Ghost in the Machine, shout out to Brash because they carry Brash beers. You can now get them for $5.
I can remember
That is a huge deal if you are a beer drinker.
not
Just
too
saying.
long ago when
And
when
you can
they're-
get a
they-
latte cups for $5.
in the inner loop
Follow
of
them on
610,
social media.
Is anybody watching?
they called it a Happy Meal.
It's your live. I
And-
mean, people are gonna
and
watch
it was
mine.
it was $5 for
Follow
this
them
Happy
on
Meal,
social media.
and you got a 12-ounce Lone Star and a shot of Jaeger for $5
And now
wasn't
it's
that
the
long
price
ago.
of inflation, and we can't do that anymore. So
I wish. Man, we would have a
support.
good night,
Wait,
yes,
I'm
man.
gonna do like
Fucking A.
so many shameless plugs that I introduce. Support your local venues.
Fuck yeah.
I do not usually go
Absolutely.
to 19th hole. I just recently,
we-
and I'm gonna say this because I saw it on Facebook, so I can say it. Apparently, they have a new booking manager at 19th hole. So everyone that had issues with the last, and I'm using my most sexiest podcast voice right now,
I can feel it.
bitches. If you had issues with the last booking manager at 19th hole, she passed the torch. You can fact check it on Facebook. I think her name was Christy. She was a cunt. People didn't like her. Get booked at 19th hole. Get booked at 19th hole.
It's a hard maybe
I think it's the
for Rowdy.
No, I would say 19th hole, honestly, like if you are a newer band
There you go.
Oh, a newer
Yep.
band,
just
absolutely.
getting started,
Absolutely for a newer band.
19th hole, I
1000%.
think would be the place to hit up. They're always looking for fresh
Yeah.
artists. I don't know what the like lingo is. And then I would say go to BFE.
Well, if they're in the area for that, but also let's shout out to our southeast homies, southeast. that BFE and 19th hole is very far away
It's the north side, but there's a
Right.
lot of
Right.
bands
So
on the
you
north
got-
side.
You got to trek across
So-
the distance of Rhode Island to get
We're
there.
Yeah.
all on the south.
from. Yeah,
like, we're all on the
so
south side.
southeast. If any southeast guys are playing music and want to hit a show, I will put you on Scout Bar myself. I'll figure out how to do it. Shout out Thomas. You know, he'll support me saying this.
No, I love it.
Um,
Like held in orbit, and because I always ask the question,
fucking
what would
love
you like
Held
to
in Orbit.
play?
You know, if anybody's watching that's a Southeast Houston band and wants to play
They're
Scout
phenomenal.
Bar,
Punk
Sit-
Star shows.
send me a
That's the
message.
way to go.
Send me a message. Shout out Chris
the way to
Harding.
get in.
Really send Chris Harding the message, and he'll put you on the show directly. That's
Yep.
I'm the middleman for Chris Harding. So
Trey's lying. You can totally get in my DMs, and I will like get you. At a
we
Punk
can
Star
both be
show.
middlemen, or they could just shout out Chris Harding. Like
Yeah.
Chris Harding's the guy. I mean, that's
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
shit.
fuck a middleman. Or sorry,
Can
screw a
we,
middleman.
If you're fucking anybody,
No, you can say it.
bring
I'm
lube.
gonna bleep it out. It'll be fine.
oh yeah, we'll bleep it out later.
Bleep. Can we
Appreciate it.
talk about the north-south divide real quick?
Well, southeast. You know, sorry, that's where I come from, and BFE is very
Watch your
far
pocket.
away.
What are you doing?
BFE is very far away from where I come from.
It is. I live on the east side of Houston and still drive down to Scout for all of my markets.
Well, and then there's the end. There is Black Magic Social Club.
Yep.
Which is
Is
lit
Trip
as
Which
fuck.
oh shit, we're
Oh,
playing at
Black Magic
Social
Lit as
Club
fuck,
might be
dude.
my
It's a
favorite
visionary
venue
noise
in
show.
I
the city.
am digging.
I think
Old
it
Dirt
might
just
be my
found this
favorite
out.
venue. in the
I've been
city.
there. I'm digging
I
Black
love
Magic.
that place so
I
much.
want to say March
I
8th,
want
but I don't know if
Rowdy
that's
to
the
play there
case.
but like honestly,
Do you want them to play
Come
there?
check
Because I
out
can make
Rowdy
that
at
happen.
Black
Oh,
Magic
What
Social.
magic do you have in?
Some
Please.
date in March.
Because we're on live right
I
now.
thought they wouldn't.
What magic do you have?
Honestly, you know,
'Cause
my opinion is that they wouldn't enjoy us.
when do you guys want to play
They
there?
wouldn't enjoy us there.
Do you guys really
Ooh.
want to play there?
Who?
I want to play there so bad.
I don't think
Black
you-
Magic Social Club.
We
Cause-
are playing
We are
there
playing
with
there.
Visionary Noise.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I can see.
I think it's in March.
Well, I
I want to
gotta
say
make that
March
happen.
8th, but I could be wrong.
If you could, every opinion Trey
Well,
just had.
I'm
remove
super
that.
pumped about it.
Well, me and
I was
Sabrina, dude, me
Only
and,
saying that I was
They-
pumped about
hold on.
it.
and we're gonna
Visionary
stop
Noise?
this now.
Hold
So
on,
no,
I wanna
everybody
say this.
wave
This
and I
is-
don't have any more questions.
This is fan fucking tastic. That Visionary Noise was a local. I'm gonna fuck it up. What they actually are? It's, I don't know.
Record label.
I
They're a
don't-
record label.
is it a
That's what
record label?
that's what
Management
they call
company?
Well,
themselves.
they just got consumed by Virgin fucking Records.
Hell yeah.
That is amazing. And Ganesha, our brothers, are on that record label.
Yep.
So
Yep.
hell yeah,
Oh
that
yeah.
is so badass.
Back to the shout outs. We
So
did
you
play
guys
with
should be
Ganesha.
very busy. Let's do
Mhm.
some shout outs actually real
Love
quick.
Ganesha.
All right. Hey.
Hefe, why don't you lead it with that? Let's do some
60
shout
seconds
outs.
for shout outs.
Oh god, I gotta pee.
All right. Shout out No 10 Gods to start. We want to work with them a lot more.
Do y'all
um,
really like? do
Yeah,
y'all
we
really?
love No
Fuck
10
Okay,
Gods.
so we're gonna
You
talk
kidding
about
me?
that
We
off
love that
camera.
band. Yeah. They're,
Dude,
they
me and
are
Linus brought
friends.
the
Love
sun
you
up
so
together
many
twice.
years right now.
Yeah.
Hell
we,
yeah.
we played with them twice. They're friends. They are great. They're fantastic.
The
so,
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon are gonna fucking kill you. Like we're gonna talk about it off camera.
Yeah. So
Like-
yeah, no
Okay.
10 gods.
Well, No 10 Gods for sure. Shout out No 10 Gods.
Falsify.
Call them a
Buddy.
brother band.
Wellborn-
Falsify.
Wellborn
They-
Road.
Falsify does us a lot of justice on the internet. Thank you, Falsify. Shout
Then,
out Falsify.
yeah, Wellborn
My Northside
Road.
band,
Wellborn
Falsify.
Road.
My Northside
What?
band,
Call us
Falsify.
brother bands with Wellborn
Fuck
Road
yeah.
2.
Tyler and Phil.
Those guys are brothers to
Oh,
us.
fucking Scooter.
Oh yeah. Hey, random shout out. Shout out Sitka.
Fucking Sitka. If you don't know who Sitka
If you don't know the
is,
name, then you don't
Woo!
need to know the name. But
If you know, you know, right?
if you know,
If
you
you know,
know.
you
this
know.
man was a bus driver from every
Yeah.
band.
Stop, make people Google it. Did you
Ah,
know
Every
that?
yeah.
hold on, I'm not giving away a lot, but if damn near every popular band that you could possibly think of, Sitka is either a member or part of the road crew or was their driver.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Sean.
Shout out Sitka.
oh, Sean,
Hell yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Sitco.
So
Sitco.
I just saw a video that Tyler had posted from Wellborn Road, and with their 20-year thing that's going on right now. They are wanting to put an all-day festival on with
sounds
all of the folks.
We're
So
stop your podcast, but we'll
I
do
want
it
to.
live.
Tord
Hey,
Complex. I
stop
want to
your
give a shout out
podcast,
to
but we'll
them.
do it live.
I
Yeah,
love, I
so
love
can
them
we
as well.
just, like,
They're
wave
definitely
and
going to be a
stuff
part of
end
that
the
as well.
podcast, please?
Hell yeah.
So
Podcast,
just
please.
we're I'm gonna go ahead and
Give
call
us
it now. We're searching for venues and dates to do that because Tyler was like, maybe we'll do that. Well, I'm telling you, Tyler, right now, wherever the cameras are,
It's over there.
we're
right there. right
Tyler!
there, right
yeah, we're doing it, and Rowdy's a part of it, and we're gonna get this thing figured out. Absolutely,
Hell yeah.
100%, 100%.
Hey, can we
Hey,
do
can
it?
I get all you guys to just wave to all of my cameras?
Yeah, we're
Say-
gonna do a sign
say
off for
goodbye.
Music After Dark. Hefe, you're the voice. Let's do a
Yay.
sign off. Make
Say
sure you
goodbye.
look at the live. Make sure you look at that one.
This camera, that camera.
Give us a good sign
Tell
off,
them what you got
Hefe.
going
Come
on.
on, Hefe. Just,
This is Rowdy
yeah.
coming to you live
Yeah,
from the
just
center of the universe here at Texas Music Studios. Yeah. We're going to see you soon. That's for sure. Music After Dark. Coming. Right? I fucked it up.
Gee. Hi.
Music After Dark. Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Is that fun?
The live ain't done.
I mean, the live's not done. My shit's done. I cannot
All right.
hear you.
We're still live. Fuck
Fitter.
you, kids. Thanks
You
for
guys
tuning in.
Fitter.